Vandals hit a Golden Valley church, stealing an entire air conditioning unit. As Rusty Ray reports, it's the latest in a string of crimes at the place of worship.
Oh, Jesus, Word incarnate.
Masses this past weekend at the Church of St. Margaret Mary in Golden Valley came with extra fans and an announcement about why the air was warmer than normal.
Starting in July, we will be moving masses over to Visitation Hall, where the air conditioning is working.
Not working because, according to Police Chief Virgil Green, someone stole it, the whole unit.
I think one Sunday morning they turned everything on and everything was blowing out hot air, and then they went around and determined that everything had been stripped.
Police say church staff reported a whole list of problems, including trespassing, trash left behind, camping out in the parking lot, and even someone stealing a security camera.
People are even just showing up on the weekends, setting up and kind of like having cookouts or just hanging out on the church grounds. And so, it kind of makes you question people's, integrity, that this is a sacred ground. Why would you come to a church to do that?
In response, police have increased patrols in the area and will even park a squad at the church from time to time.
We are just being good partners to our faith-based organization as well as our business community.
In Golden Valley, Rusty Ray, CCX News.
Golden Valley police are working with the Hennepin County Sheriff's Office to investigate the thefts and other crimes at the church. A fatal shooting during a game of cards. Police say that's what happened that led to an arrest of a suspect. The shooting happened early Friday at a home in the 9500 block of Thomas Avenue North in Brooklyn Park. Police say they learned about the case when the 19-year-old victim was driven by friends to Unity Hospital in Fridley. Police say the suspect, a 31-year-old Brooklyn Park man, was arrested Friday night at an apartment complex. It's unclear what provoked the shooting. Murder charges were pending Monday afternoon. Meanwhile, police say an attempted cell phone transaction using Facebook Marketplace led to a robbery at knife point over the weekend in Brooklyn Park. Police say it happened in the 8200 block of Zane Avenue North on Saturday night. According to police, the robber pushed the female victim down, holding a knife to her throat and demanding money before fleeing the scene on foot. Brooklyn Park police located the suspect, identified as 26-year-old Gracie Buckingham, at a nearby residence. Police say they needed a SWAT team to get her to surrender. Buckingham is charged with first-degree aggravated robbery. It may have been hot and muggy on Saturday, but that didn't stop people from making their way to Plymouth to support the inaugural West Metro Asian Fair. Several thousand people came out to the Hildy Performance Center to celebrate diversity. Fairgoers had the chance to watch cultural performances, learn about different Asian countries, try food from various West Metro Asian restaurants, and enjoy some arts and crafts. Organizers hope to make this an annual event. Participating in a triathlon is no easy task, but a Brooklyn Park man and his brother are training hard for an event happening later this month. In a follow-up to a story we brought you 24 years ago, the triathlon will be another significant bonding experience for Jeff and Jim Tater.
Yeah, it's an amazing trail system through here.
When preparing for an event that's as challenging as a triathlon, it helps when you have access to miles of scenic bike trails.
It's a great place to bike for sure.
1 week before the Trinona in Winona, Jeff Tater and his brother Jim are using the Elm Creek Park Reserve as their training ground for the big event.
You're swimming, running, and biking. So obviously, 3 sports, 3 disciplines you have to train. And so it's challenging, certainly.
This is his first time doing it. And I'm pretty proud of him and the fact that he's decided to do this because there's a special reason behind it.
That special reason doesn't have anything to do with crossing something off of a bucket list or saying they achieved this feat while in their 50s, but rather because of what they went through 24 years ago.
When Jim Tater was 12 years old, he was diagnosed with a condition that was deteriorating his kidneys.
We first met the Tater brothers back in 1999.
This fall, I couldn't.
At the time, one of Jim's kidneys was shutting down. That's when Jeff made one of the biggest decisions of his life.
On Tuesday, doctors here at Fairview University Medical Center took a healthy kidney from Jeff and used it to replace Jim's.
It really wasn't a decision to be made. I mean, it's just something that
as a brother. I mean, you know, I'm not anything special. I mean, you're going to do that. That's just, when you get the call, you're going to do it.
Now, after more than 2 decades and a second kidney transplant for Jim, which came courtesy of a friend, the Tater brothers are ready to tackle this triathlon head on.
Yeah, I think so. It's one of those things. To me, more of a celebration. I look at it as a celebration.
A celebration made possible because of selfless organ donations and the work of talented medical professionals.
Both my transplants were at the University of Minnesota, and as far as I'm concerned, there's no better people anywhere. I mean, that transplant program that they have down there is second to none.
The Trinona in Winona takes place this Sunday. Good luck to both Jeff and Jim. The Brooklyn Park Parade may have a slightly different name, but people still came out this weekend to enjoy the annual tradition that's now called the Celebrate Brooklyn Park Tater Days Parade. Hundreds of people lined the parade route along 101st Avenue and Regent Avenue in Brooklyn Park Saturday morning. Here's a look at some of your smiling faces as captured from a camera mounted onto the CCX News vehicle.
Hi there. Hello. Hi. Hello. Hi. Hello. Wave to the camera.
The Wayzata baseball team is aiming for the program's first trip to the state tournament since 2018. The Trojans took a big step toward that goal on Saturday.
The top-seeded Trojans meeting second-seeded Edina in the 6-4A winners bracket final. Wayzata starting pitcher Riley Leatherman works out of trouble in the first and second innings. He fans Jack McCoy with 2 runners on to end the second. Scoreless in the third inning when Wayzata's Matthew Birkeland singles to right center field. Sam Moe scores, and it's 1-0 Trojans. Later in the inning, a wild pitch scores Jake Birkeland with a run. A Brady Lash sacrifice fly would then make it 3-0 Wayzata after 3. Still 3-0 in the sixth when Edina's Michael Simonson grounds out to second base. Wayzata gets the out at first, but Caden Morgan scores, and it's 3-2. But Trojans relief pitcher John Scoro doesn't allow any more. With the go-ahead run on base for Edina, Scoro gets a strikeout to end the game. Wayzata advances to Thursday's championship game against either St. Louis Park or Edina.
In Section 5 4A baseball, top seed Champlin Park hadn't lost a game since early May when they took the field for the winners bracket final. Jay Wilcox has the highlights.
Number 1 seed Champlin Park set to face number 2 seed Mounds in the winners bracket in the Section 5 4A baseball tournament. Top of the first, and Mounds pitcher Drew Rogers delivers with the bat in a big way. A towering fly ball home run to left center for Rogers gives the Mustangs an early 1-0 lead. It's mostly a pitcher's duel. Rebels lefty Andrew Rockow settles in after the homer and gets 5 of the first 6 outs on strikeouts. And Rogers is just as good. He gets the strikeout with 2 on to end a threat for Champlin Park in the bottom of the fourth. It's still 1-0. Top of the sixth, and Mounds plays long ball again. Tanner Homan connects and sends it deep to left for another solo shot to give the Mustangs a 2-0 lead. In the bottom of the sixth, Rockow answers as a hitter. He goes deep to right field for a solo home run. Not much offense in this one for the Rebels, but they pull within a run. But Mounds gets the last out on a fly ball to right as the Mustangs move into the championship round with a 2-1 win. Champlin Park plays again Monday in the losers bracket. Jay Wilcox, CCX Sports.
State championships were on the line over the weekend in adapted softball. After a 1-run win in the semifinals, the Robbinsdale Hopkins Mound Westaka Robins played for the PI Division Championship. Jay Wilcox has highlights.
The Robbinsdale Hopkins Mound Westaka Robins set for the PI Division Adapted Softball Championship game against defending champ Dakota United. Dakota strikes in the bottom of the first. Caden Needham tags it to deep center to score Sammy Jordheim for a 1-0 lead. The Hawks get 3 in the inning to lead 3-0. Top of the second, and the Robins answer. Grady Lease drops it in a perfect spot down the right field line. He never slows down and circles the bases for a solo homer. They add one more to pull within 3-2. In the third, Sean Majeski bloops it towards second. Dakota gets the force at second base, but Jada Johnson just wins the race to score. The Robins get one more to tie the game 4-4. In the bottom of the fourth, Reese Martin tags it to deep center for the Hawks to score Needham with the third of 3 runs in the frame. It's 7-4 Dakota. In the fifth, Lease comes through again. His hit to deep center scores Johnson, and when the ball is bobbled, Lease again circles the bases. The Robins pull within 7-6. But Dakota does all of the scoring from that point. Amisha Eder drives in Sam Holland in the bottom of the fifth. And the Hawks tack on 5 more in the sixth as the Robins place second. Dakota United takes the PI championship 13-6. Jay Wilcox, CCX Sports.
Find more prep sports games and highlights at ccxmedia.org and follow us on social media.